Yeah. I got it.
Okay, my name's Andrea. First today, can you tell me your date of birth?
1682.
Okay, you can go ahead and step back.
What's my official weight?
203. Let's move the chair. 'Your temperature here. Here. 97 and 94. Okay. Mhm. More oxygen in the car.
No.
Okay, you're almost on red.
He's got another tank in on no.
I got electrical tank. I need to get more though. Here, I'll spare some by turning it down. I can live with 2 liters. I'll stir it some.
I don't know, you're just barely on the red, so I don't.
Yeah, I'll turn it down to 1 liter. There, I'm gonna serve it. See, it's like every military man, there's gotta be a small solution to every problem is survival. Your unlimited supplies, you make them last longer. Learn that from you, my Marine dad, and Doug, my Marine stepdad.
$22 over 82.
Good.
Perfect.
Good guy. Just had a heart attack a week ago.
Did they change your medicines around?
But yeah, this night, no doctor.
Started up on low-dose aspirin, 2 of them 1 a day, and took them up. What was that, the Centipro?
They take you off your lisinopril
I think it says right there.
and your Lasix
Yeah.
and your blood pressure's obviously okay. Sad. Okay. All right.
coming so quickly today, Dad. I get right out of bed for my doctor appointment without a fuss. Till that angel of death, about that IV and stab him in the eye with a friend with it if he tried to take me home. I said, I can't leave Dad behind or my fans. I'm sorry. I said, Angel Death, you come for me. I'm going to take that IV out and stab you right in the eye with it. We Irish are ready, going to die when we're ready to go. That's why you have a heart attack in the hospital in 2 days. We Irishmen are very stubborn, when it comes to God. We love God. We're good Catholics, but we're still stubborn. We tell God how we feel.
Okay, you might want to let her focus.
That's okay. You're fine. Do you know why they stopped your venlafaxine? Did they say?
Unless they have it there, but I don't think they do.
Just says stop taking.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
It does say stop on there, don't it?
It does say stop. I'm just not sure why.
Yeah. She said everything that's highlighted in those papers, be sure to do. So.
Okay.
We should have and then what he's actually on. And I tried to give him a list, but paramedic says no, no, no. You don't need it. They got him in the hospital in the computer system. And they didn't take his meds and list or anything. So
Okay.
If it don't happen to me, he could have sold us. If I had a worse heart attack, he could have sued him for malpractice. Because they gave me a second dose of my
that's what he said.
and I kept on telling them no, and they told me to be quiet and gave me a second one. I felt bad after my chest was tightening and everything. Hey, they tried killing it that way. They're not going into more specifications right now because it probably offend her what I had to say about certain people. We live in a too politically correct world when you go on my red pill views publicly.
That's what I'm showing on your list there. Okay. Alrighty. Dr. Upton will be in shortly. Okay. All right. Thank you.
As I say, my red pill views are best not said, but like I have my public opinion and my private opinion.
Well, you're welcome to your own opinions.
Yes, but I try to be nice. I'd be nice to everybody. My public opinion, in private opinion, I'm probably worse than that guy at Westboro Baptist Church. Oh, you get a good loud joke out of people. Isn't it good when he's being sick and still has a sense of humor? Is-
Huntington Acres, remember that?
Yeah,
That was so nice at baseball.
we start out right to Reservoir.
Yeah.
Remember everyone was going over that bridge? We thought we were coming towards the head waterfall.
Yeah. And we couldn't see it. And I didn't know there was a waterfall there. But then we pulled over, went to the side, walked around it. We would have tried to go over it, we wouldn't have made it.
Didn't we been killed?
We would have went straight down the canoe. Went straight down.
How deep was the water under that?
Probably over our head. At that point, anyway. And I don't think we had life preservers.
Yes, we did. That you always made sure when we got a boat we had life preservers. That was your first party for weeks at the end of the boat. I mean, you were serious about life preservers in the boat. You never let us off in a boat without life preservers. And when we were little, you didn't let us near the water. And I was little, I remember you made me wear a life preserver to the pool.
The arm ones.
No, you made me wear a life preserver when I was real little.
Okay.
I mean, you used your Marine Corps swimming precautions, whatever you took, seriously raising your kids.
Go to a line, take swim lessons.
I was the only kid in that gymnastics class. I was the only boy. Kitty tumblers, that was all gymnastics. Yes, that I went to. You got me on regular regiment. You wanted me to learn how to and knife work. You wanted me to coordinate myself because your plan was later to get me into karate when I got older.
I don't recall that.
Yeah, this was like preschool, and you were bodybuilding. You're a serious bodybuilder, but you knew that gymnastics with tendons and all that.
I thought that was Aker.
No, that was me, and I was the only boy in that class. All those girls were going to become gymnasts.
Well, lucky you. Right.
Dad, you don't think about sex when you're 3 or 4 years old.
You were.
Yes, that was when I was going to preschool the first year. But on second year, I had to go right back because I wasn't old enough to go into kindergarten.
Well,
Yeah.
why would you be ashamed of being the only boy?
Well, you know what I mean. You just didn't think about the well, you know how boys don't like girls that age. You know how that silly thing doing boys and girls that age. Yeah. Yeah, I remember. Things aren't your mind ain't the same at 3 or 4 than it is when you're about 13 or 14. So why do you think I want us to keep the goddamn drag queens out of our preschool classes? But you get my point, don't you?
Surprised they didn't make a pulmonary appointment.
Thought they did.
It's all cardiology.
That's the same thing. Cardiology, pulmonary has to do with the heart. Oh, pulmonary has the
Two
lungs.
different.
Yeah, lungs. I'm sorry. Maybe she can prescribe one.
The top three are the same day, but look at the times. That's why I say it's going to be a long day. You're going to inject the medication, and then I think an hour later, do your stress test, then something afterwards.
What's cardiologist post hospital?
They'll have all the results and tell you what they feel you should do or have done, or it's a follow-up. Results.
At least it's
Test there.
at least it's the same day now.
Yeah.
I won't. I mean, I'm gonna have to have like I'm gonna have to tell her I need something like a ambulance team. I mean, with that special precautions with my autism and my spectrum. I can't be out in the open. I need to be on that stretcher and use those like disaster tent setup. So I can't even be around people and that will distract me. I'll have maybe one of my laptops somebody will be on and I won't see these lights really bother me. And that's how, no. That's why,
You got sunglasses, right?
no, I'm talking about, I can't go that far walking. There's an ambulance service that transfers people to pull term long distance doctor's appointments.
Oh, this is right there in Huntington.
I'll still need it because I'll be in there so long.
Well, what's ambulance service got to do with your inside appointment?
That when somebody's bad off walking, they have ambulance services that take them to their doctor's appointment. And plus, I get nervous seeing that family on a stretcher and I have that, those emergency foils I have. It for like $5, I get one that's like a 10. Then I put another one over it. Then I don't feel like everyone's staring at me. Please, I'll freak out if I don't do that.
Up to me, Josh. You make a request, so I don't know. I never heard of that stuff. So
Yeah, I mean, I know a lot of old people. I don't know old people know a lot of it.
you're old, Josh.
No, I'm talking about when I was like 13. I hanged out with people that are in their 60s. Like, why do you think I'm as red pilled as I am, old fashioned as I am? My people I hung out with was like World War II veterans, Korean veterans. And why do you think that when I was 14 or 15, I was sleeping with women in their 20s and 30s? Because I thought, I mean, when guys talk about women, they're talking about college girls or what they saw. You know what I mean? So I was like 12 or 13 going after 30-year-old women like they're the next hottest things because I was hanging around with 70-year-old men. Yeah. So you imagine you spend from like age 12 on up hanging around with 70-year-old men are red pilled, and this is like the 90s. You know how old fashioned I am. These are guys that are like 70 years old back in the 90s. You know how concerned me. And how do you know where I learned it, right? And hanging in and out.
I think if you want an ambulance to take you to the hospital, I think it has to be an emergency.
No, they have special ones, special services. They're called ambulance services. All my private companies.
Okay. Well, you're gonna have to show me who to call and where to call.
So I talked to her, and she'll set it up, and she goes to your doctor.
But she works for Lutheran.
But no,
Parkfield.
well, she accepted Barfield. She can have it transferred. She's don't work me work that. Can't fan every well, I hold up inside every wonderful man days. We're all freak out.
diagnosis was oh, heart attack, chronic bronchitis, low sodium levels, chronic respiratory failure, mental health problems, generalized anxiety disorder, and cannabis use disorder.
Sound like the king. That last one. I know that deep down, 16-year-old you was proud of me for that last diagnosis. That last bit of you that's still 16 is in you is proud that they've had a son with that last diagnosis. If you knew you had a son when he was 40 and you were 70 and he was unhealthier than you because he had those disorders, he liked to party, you wouldn't know what the you're in that mindset at 16, like my second born kid is gonna rock. Isn't it? I mean, if I were to go back in time, and after that you'd suffer complete amnesia. You found out at age 16, like I went back to 67 or 70, and I was 16. You met this guy dressed there. You had a conversation, but I knew things about you and the family, and somehow I provided you proof I was your future son. I said, you will only remember this for this night out when we go out and smoke cigarettes from the future, smoke stuff future. It's you have totally amnesia. This soul won't manipulate the future. I just push one button, I'll be gone. You forget what everything that was said because they could mess with the timeline. I just sat with you for 30 minutes, maybe at a bar where you're playing place you're playing pool, and your friends walk up on a long beer. They think I'm just an old World War II veteran. I'm just sitting there, my tattoo, smoking my cigarette, and um, since you guys are kind of hippies, poking fun of Nixon and the drug war, and saying he'll never win it, and kind of saying little nods out loud from the future and stuff. I say, hey, Mexicans are flowing flags. Wait till it comes out of Mexico. This guy don't know what he's dealing with when he deals with the Mexicans in the way the Mexicans. And I said, and
You. Sorry, I kept you both waiting a little bit.
oh, that's all right.
How are you feeling?
Hey, shit.
Sorry. Well, thank you for. I have all the parking records here. I do. I would look at
Mentally,
them.
happily, well, I'm straight up honest with you. Like I told you, I'm straight up honest with you. I smoke that THCA. It's not marijuana. It's hemp.
Yeah.
And it mentally makes me happy. I'm not depressed all the time. I am like just at peace and all that.
Okay.
But I want to be honest with you on that was I've been pain in my lungs. But if you're gonna and plus with opiates, I heard that they're addictive.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, I don't want to put you in danger because I know the DEA has been clamping down on providers that prescribe them, and and you're a good doctor, and I wouldn't want that anything to happen to you. It would hold back for a year on those concerns.
Okay.
I don't like them, but I've been holding off because I don't like them. I always hated them. Even my mom when she was on for fibromyalgia, I
Mm-hmm.
got so mad at her one night I almost dumped her whole collection down the toilet because I hated them that so much. You see something. I'm from Southern Indiana. You see something destroy your community, you hate it with a passion.
But you're having pain, you said?
Yes, in my lungs. But again, there's something I need. I'm psychologically twisted because I've seen when it goes too far, what's done to every community and people I've cared about.
The pain in your lungs that you described. I know that you just got
It's
out
a
of the
sharp
hospital
pain.
with.
They
Is that
normally put you on morphine after that. I declined every single bit of it. I would I told them no. I told them no.
in the hospital?
They
They only
offered
gave you morphine?
no. I declined. I refused to take.
Okay.
I just went straight with the pain. I will not.
Is
But
the pain that brought you to the hospital still the
no,
pain you're feeling now?
it's no. It's just my cough. It's a sharp pain. Always my.
Like a flirt? Yeah.
It's a
Okay.
very sharp pain.
That's
And
very
I.
strange.
Hey, you gotta suffer some for Christ. There's some sins that I had. I couldn't make it to confession that I had to do penance for. So I decided to live 1 year with all this really bad pain as penance for my sins. I suffered like Christ did on the cross. Suffered about a year with all this. But again, before I'd ask you anything, I will be honest. I do use cannabis, but not marijuana. It's
That.
legal. So I want to be honest. Before you ask your doctor, I want to be straight up forward with my daily habits. I smoked cigarettes. I quit drinking a long time ago. Replaced the Mountain Dew. That's what my stepdad did. Only time I have a drink on New Year's, or once in a while, me and Dad will have a wine cooler when it's a nice warm summer day, and I'll drink, and he'll give me two or three of them. They'll last me a week, and a 6 pack of Mike's Hard Limeade will last me 3 to 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
That's how lightly I drink. I see what drinking does to people, and I don't touch it. After I see what it did to my stepdad, what I've seen it did to somebody he once used to be friends with, and other friends of his, I I just quit. It's all of a sudden, except for on very special occasions. Those close moments he had with Dad or a New Year's.
Mm-hmm.
I only have one, and the rest will last for 3 months.
Okay.
An entire bottle of vodka lasted 50 vodka lasted me a year.
That's good. So, have you had any more of that pain that brought you to the hospital since you're
No,
back?
I just know my limits, and again, I'm a partier. I keep it legal. I just use like hemp vape,
Yeah,
and I know the vapes are no.
yeah. Are you pretty comfortable with what they told you in the hospital? Do you remember what they said?
I died. I saw God, and I told him,
Yeah.
no, this you're not gonna get. You're not taking this Irishman home. Yeah, I have
Yeah,
Dad
they,
here.
they they wrote that you were having a heart attack.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty serious.
I mean, these Irish, let's be Irishmen are stubborn. I saw the light. I saw the light.
No, you didn't get a heart cath, did you?
No,
They never
I
wrote
don't remember. I was freaking out,
They did lots
passing
of
out.
labs. Yeah. So, and I know you have follow-up visits scheduled. That's for the first page of
I'll
that.
tell you what, night experience. There's anything down in your heart. I hope you're prayed up because you see that light. But I mean, I came out of that. I think maybe just been reason I was peaceful, and I declined all morphine. I didn't need it. I met God that day, and they're trying to take my hearing became so sensitive that there's like my brain how lights like this are sensitive.
Mm-hmm.
But it became very comforting, and I was freaking out. Also, I was calm, and my hearing became super sensitive.
Mm-hmm.
And I heard the doctors talking way, they keep at Huntington Hospital where they are the kids far away from where the adults, especially when someone comes in with a heart attack, and it was like clear on the other side of the department. I was like, man, out of my body, and I was just in this room, and it's like someone was with me telling me about the evil in the world, and there was this child hurt at the hospital, and I knew it was and it's like it's the way the doctor talked about they're suspecting SA. And all of a sudden I was back in my body and I screamed vengeance towards the person named the person who did it.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, you will not suffer God's wrath.
Mm-hmm.
And they were saying, well, wait a minute, how do you know all that? I was like, I was in the room. I told on that guy and I saw the guy who was responsible. And I shot out of my room, you will suffer God's vengeance. And but that was Kurt Cross. It was like I was in that room out of my body, told the kid's gonna be okay, walked up to the man out of my body and said, I was in my body, I screamed out my lungs, God will get you this vengeance, man. You may escape the wrath of the mankind's law because they were so light on those tide, but not God. And I mean, that's then I passed out. I heard that like clear on yours. That's how sensitive your hearing becomes. So
So,
hearing's not the last to go. When you're getting ready to go on that next dimension, everything becomes so sensitive.
so I think what we should do now is try to prevent that from happening again, right? So if
Hey,
you're
I mean, why? I mean, I don't. Unless something happens,
yeah,
you're gonna live a healthy life of a life. But all these, there was a doctor, friend of mine. Him and both their parents were doctors. Back in Southern Indiana, you have people who are doctors for generations. Because it's kind of like the doctor. Everyone has to know their doctors. So their grandfather had their doctor's great grandfather doctor when he was a kid. It's like that where I grew up, and some doctors still did house visits if you knew the right people. And I was in the good old boys club, so um, but if you're higher up, you got your doctor's visits at home. It's still like that down there. But one of their parents, way back, when they decided to do a study, when both the husband and wife became a doctor, and her husband did a study. It's gonna be a lifelong experiment on each other, on their own bodies. One couple ate the fat-free food from the grocery, like the lean sour cream and all that. They're from the city, And that's why Dr. Thill kept his last name because he wasn't Mennonite, and Dr. Yoder, his wife, kept the name Yoder because she was Mennonite. Her parents kept on the old-fashioned saturated fats, the salt, stuff made on a Mennonite farm. His parents were having heart attacks and were dead by 70. Her parents were still alive and well over 100 and healthy, and they ate saturated fats. And I've done a lot of research on health. And I'll tell you what, they're saying that stuff they say is bad for us is actually essential because saturated fats makes brain function more possible.
One of, I think, something that puts you at risk for your lung problems and your heart problems is your smoking.
Well, you know what does it? I roll my own. I make my own, and it's the additives. They used to smoke like chimneys, and the natives used it as medication. It's supposed to be used as medication, tobacco. You next time you get stung by a wasp, instead of doing all this tricky medical stuff, you take a pressed toothpaste and put a little tobacco on it. It will dark the tobacco. The toothpaste will draw out the stinger, and the tobacco with a mixture of tobacco and toothpaste will act as an antivenom, and within 2 minutes, the swelling will go down. See, there's nature has everything. You studied to be a doctor based on what William Carnegie wanted. He invented the oil and pills. The pills we take today, they all needed the oil to be made. So he went back and he bought up all the textbook writing. He bought off all the writers of the medical textbooks and the schools. And he changed what he wanted you to learn as a doctor instead of healing. Why do you go out in an old cemetery and see people in the late and mid 18 that are born that died in the late 1800s being like 120 years old? Because medicine we have there was different.
What do you think made you have your heart attack?
Stuff like that. It's genetic. We don't know. I mean, heart clogging is genetic, and they scapegoat with things like the tobacco agency because it's money. That's what our government thinks about. They don't care about us. Why do you think they have seatbelt laws? They don't care that you fly to the windshield. You're just another person they don't take about on that they don't have to care about. It's the revenue. Our government don't give two shits. Then some don't to universities. They just want you in debt your whole life paying them. So they're gonna fill your mind with a bunch of bullshit to poison us to pay their pharmaceutical company buddies' asses. And it's all on the web, and that's all medicine is today. Back then, when they used natural herbs, people lived to be 100, and everybody knew the doctor in town, and pretty much they passed down their knowledge. And that's why people are always sick now.
Hey, I got a question.
Yes.
Should he still keep this appointment with this cardiologist?
Yes, but they refer to the Parkview cardiologist.
Yeah.
Now, do the Parkview cardiologists go to Huntington, or are they making you go to Fort Wayne?
Fort Wayne Luther. Yeah.
Yeah, just keep the appointment with Sadie, and I'll make sure that she gets all the records of what happened because this is going to be closer than that.
Okay. And then the pulmonary, should I go with that? Because I didn't see what he scheduled a pulmonary.
But you, yeah,
That one's scheduled at Lutheran in Fort Wayne.
I would keep it with Lutheran too because
Okay.
that's going to be closer.
Okay.
Yeah.
They
But
will,
they probably didn't know that you already had this set up.
Okay.
Keep that. And then he's taking the aspirin, metoprolol, all
and
those things.
I know first thing they try is that if it's on my allergic meds, it makes me go crazy.
What is?
The nerve one, rotten.
Yeah.
I go insane. I turn into a lunatic on that.
Okay.
It's like a man that touches a cigarette and it sets his throat on fire the first time. They put me on that one time. I was a raving lunatic.
Well, luckily that's not something that you need for your health. So we'll just avoid that. But tell me more about your pain that you have.
It's right here, extremely painful.
Is it on both sides?
Yeah, it's like cough and every time I walk and stuff. But I'm a strong guy. I went through a lot of pain as a kid, but I mean, worked hard on the farm and stuff like that. And, I mean, ever since I left Huntington in 2019 and then 1993, I was like getting shot by electrical fences. Me and my step brothers, we had a disagreement. Old Howland would hand us boxing gloves, and if we were still griping, he'd make us fight barefisted, and whoever won the fight. We settled everything like boys. And so I'll have a BB gun war, so you know how much pain I can tolerate. If I, too much Tylenol is bad for. I did research on it.
Yeah, but
The Tylenol 300, but it's worse than that. I've done it before, and no, it's just too much. Especially recently, it's extreme. It's worse than it was.
I'd like to try that first if we can.
That sounds better. I don't want. I want to avoid opiates at first.
Okay, let's try Tylenol, and I'll write down the doses. Just get it over the counter.
Now I'm gonna wait. Also, I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna find a blend of that cannabis, that legal cannabis that fights pain, so I can avoid opiates. Because there's different. If you knew anything about the sativas, how they blend the sativas in the plant, and plus I'm gonna find um a friend of mine is very well off, and very well off. And what's to say I'm at some money arranged soon. I want to pay cash down to get a team of doctors.
Dosing, and I'll send a note to the home health too.
What's
Should
this?
I take them off the aspirin?
No, keep on the aspirin.
Keep it?
Yeah, aspirin is for the heart to help keep platelets from sticking inside the heart arteries to prevent another heart attack.
There's a friend of mine that has a lot of money. He's gonna be pretty much give me a lot of cash. I want to spend my medical off. I mean, strip cash paid all doctors all when they get me and talk about my stuff beforehand. If any doctor would feel like they're an expertise to go try medicines ain't covered by insurance. When he comes visit, it's all enough cash to pay it all in cash to have the doctors do the private work to figure my body out. I'll pay strip $100 bills.
You feel like something's not figured out about your body?
I just want the live 100, live how I want, happy because I don't want to be miserable my whole life. And let's say I have friends. I don't dress like you. I don't ever talk about it because sometimes there's still from friends you got you don't want to mention.
I think the best thing.
But that's why I've had miracles because there's friends I have I don't mention.
I mean, the best thing you can do for your health would be to quit smoking. And your lungs.
Not smoking, but I give up drinking. I gave up on you. Man, I was a Charlie Sheen. Do you see me 10 years ago? Well, you're quite young. You would have been one of the ladies at my parties. You wouldn't have been a doctor.
Yeah. Take a listen to your heart, okay?
You'd still be at the nightclubs if you were growing up around me. You would have been a doctor.
Take deep breath. Does it hurt if I push on your chest?
Yeah, a
On
little
your
bit.
back or on
Yeah,
your
it's a
thigh?
tiny bit,
It's
small bit.
tender?
Yeah, Tylenol 300 will take care of it. And plus, let's just say cannabis was working, but whenever I'm get low, it hurts, and I'm just gonna stick on that Tylenol 300 now because I'm avoiding opiates at all costs.
Fear that it could affect your breathing too.
I'm not. I mean, I'm at peace mentally. I'm not always upset. I sleep good at night,
Okay.
and it's naturals from the earth. It's not all these stuff poisons are put in our pharmaceutical companies.
Okay. Josh, do you want to make a follow-up appointment or do you want to leave it open till after you see those specialists?
After seal specialist.
Okay, just make sure you make those appointments. They're very important.
Hey, I know that's another thing. I haven't. I know like I had what I call a frenemy. His name was Blessinger. His wife was very ill. And plus, I deal with that anxieties real bad. I'm out places. I'm gonna have a long day coming up. I get really nervous when I go to my doctor's appointments. Does this area Medicaid cover special transport? It's like an ambulance that takes you to your doctor's appointments.
Not like an ambulance, but it's a private vehicle that
Yeah.
could take you. You just
By
need to
stretcher.
call 24 hours or 48 hours in advance.
You get you mean stuff like the ambulance that takes you by stretcher. That's private.
I don't think that your insurance will cover that.
Well, you need to come something with all anxiety that day. And bright lights, people, you know me. I freaked, just look at the hospital before. However, if you've heard I freaked out in the hospital, you know what I mean. I won't be able to make that day unless I have some type of one-time arrangement of a stretcher or something. And have I get one of those. I keep those foil things in case if you do have those in your car, in case you break down in the winter and you can spread around you. Some comes in tent in case you're hiking and you get lost. I keep several of those on me in case we get a bad storm in the winter
Okay.
or in the summer. I can cover my windows with it. Or if there's a bad storm in winter, I can hold the heat in my house.
You made it here okay today, though.
But it's just one. That's a bigger hospital. Lots of people. Plus, there's a certain demographic who I can't mention. I won't mention because it's not nice. let's say they tie in with a guy named MLT, I do not feel comfortable with them.
Yeah, I don't
I'm
think
in Fort Wayne.
I don't think I can get your insurance to cover an ambulance for an office visit. I don't think they're gonna do that.
And one more request that he needs to make, since
Mhm.
he's got diabetes, he needs his toenails clipped.
Yeah,
I guess go to
yeah, podiatrist.
somewhere.
They're the good podiatrist at Parkview in Huntington. I'll give you their phone number. Have you ever seen a foot doctor or podiatrist?
No, but nope.
They'll be able to do it since you've got diabetes.
Oh, I got one to Mormon church with. I was no innocent Mormon. I was like, there's this guy, I think his name's Parker. But again, he's like 18, 19, totally like that. I was in my 20s. I thought he's cute, but I look at a picture of him now, and he's like only about 5 years younger than me, and he's old and bald, and he's younger than me, and he looks older than me.
Yeah.
And I was like, podiatrist, and he knew I was the orneriest Mormon in that whole place. I used to be Mormon, but I was Catholic. And I said, "Good, I'm good, Ross. You give me a good old foot rub." And he goes, "You know what our religion says about that." I always give him a hard time. That's why the Mormons love me, because I was not afraid of excommunication. I was like George Burns in that Mormon church.
Anything else I can leave?
No.
Really?
I'm just glad to be. Hey, that changed me. I saw God, and I'm a cheerful person. Plus, this stuff puts me in way better moods.
Yeah, I know it's gonna make you anxious, but it's very important to make those specials.
We'll make them. We'll make.
And the outpatient part at Lutheran, it's not as busy as the hospital. It's
Could
much
you
quieter.
give me something? Another thing is, Thursdays my anxiety's out there. Dad knows about my anxiety attacks.
Yeah,
Is there a PRN you can assign me?
that would be up to your psychiatrist.
Alright.
Yeah, you can ask them.
Is there something you can? I'm up for that day. Is there any advice you have for that day?
What makes you feel more calm?
No advice that makes me for that day. I go my doctor's appointment. I go a
Yeah.
one-time deal.
Has a counselor ever worked with you on some techniques to help you calm down?
I have a bad history. Counselors, everything. What's to say I study a lot? If you want to know how suspicious I am,
Yeah.
what's to say you study a lot in MK Ultra and you know what it's all about? I have suspicion because like
When you come to see me, do you do anything special that day to help you
no,
calm
I
down?
can detect your aura and good on you, but there was a lot of doctors I sense were evil,
Yeah.
and since I am very spiritual, I can read people. I can look in your eyes and tell you
Well,
are passionate about your job. You weren't once a little girl, want to help people. You saw somebody inspired you. You were kind. I could tell you were helping out in your church and you wanted to grow up and help people.
I think you like Sadie. She's the nurse practitioner that you're settled with. You like her.
I think I think you were girls, rock a Christian, and
Mhm.
you saw what that like me that science and religion come together, and you may have seen you didn't like seeing people suffer, so you entered the medical field, not for the money, but to helping people. I see it in your eyes.
Well, I think that the specialists that you're settled with, you like them too.
I can read people real good.
Yeah, I think you like them. Anything else I can do? So we're gonna leave it open till after you visit.
So patient. Thank you so much.
Sorry, I talk. I'm an autist.
It's really nice to see you. I'm glad that you're doing better.
I'm an autist.
Think
So.
about what I said about the smoking, the being the best thing that you can do for your health, okay?
Clean your apartment, okay?
You do?
Okay, you guys are good to go. You can just go on out.
I'll show you the door like Al Bundy showed his daughter's boyfriend the door that's 10 years older than her.
She's got other.
You know what Warner with good women. You know how she's good. You think I passed up talking to a good looking woman, Dad?